Picking one Star Wars movie from each row. Let's start with the prequel trilogy. You got The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. I'm going Revenge of the Sith. Hot take, this is my favorite Star Wars movie. You were the chosen one! It's supposed to bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness! Moving on to the original trilogy, you have A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I really like Return of the Jedi. I really love A New Hope, but I extremely love Empire Strikes Back. Finding out Darth Vader's Luke Skywalker's father, to this day, probably the biggest plot twist of all time. My little brain, when I first watched this movie, exploded. And moving on to that sequel trilogy, The Rise of Skywalker, it missed the mark. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Last Jedi, while I defend this movie, I understand its problems, but I think it's a little bit underrated and a little overhated. But The Force Awakens is easily one of my favorite Star Wars projects of all time, and The Force Awakens, I would say, is a damn good Star Wars movie with great new characters while also bringing returning characters back. Seeing Han Solo and Chewie back on the big screen, come on. The Force Awakens was also the first Star Wars movie I ever saw in theaters, so